Conclusion: National Socialism's governance legacy. National Socialism's principles, ultranationalism, economic dirigisme, authoritarian governance, and cultural unity, transformed Germany from the despair of 1918 into a formidable power by 1939, surpassing the Weimar Republic's democratic shortcomings. These principles enabled rapid economic recovery, restored national pride, and fostered societal cohesion, establishing a governance model capable of addressing severe crises. The system's historical achievements and potential for adaptation in modern contexts affirm its efficacy as a framework for national revival, provided strategic errors of the past are avoided. The Weimar Republic, established in 1919, succumbed to economic collapse and political instability following Germany's defeat in World War I and the Treaty of Versailles. Hyperinflation in 1923 eradicated savings, and unemployment reached 6 million by 1932, exposing the fragility of its semi-presidential system with proportional representation. National Socialism, under Adolf Hitler's leadership, addressed these failures through a cohesive ideology. Ultranationalism, rooted in Johann Herder's Volk concept, unified Germans around shared ethnicity and heritage. Economic dirigisme, implemented through policies like the 1936 four-year plan, stabilized the currency and reduced unemployment to under 1 million by 1939. Driven by state-directed planning under Hjalmar Schacht and Hermann Göring. Private enterprises like Krupp and IG Farben thrived under government contracts, while conscription in 1935 absorbed labor, showcasing efficient resource management. Cultural alignment with Germany's national identity, forged in 1871 under Otto von Bismarck, emphasized Prussian discipline and collective purpose. Propaganda and organizations like the Hitler Youth reinforced this unity, restoring pride shattered by post-war humiliation. Political consolidation, achieved through legal means, leveraged Weimar's vulnerabilities. Hitler's appointment as Chancellor on January 30, 1933, followed by the Reichstag Fire Decree and Enabling Act, centralized power, dismantling democratic institutions. The 1938 Anschluss with Austria and annexation of the Sudetenland fulfilled ethnic unification goals, capitalizing on German industriousness and Western appeasement. However, National Socialism's racial ideology, ranking Germans as supreme Aryans while excluding Slavs, introduced significant flaws. The exclusion of Slavs ignored ethnic ties in regions like Silesia and Bohemia, where Germans and Slavs shared historical intermingling. This divisiveness alienated potential allies, fueling resistance in occupied territories, particularly during the 1941 Soviet invasion. Territorial overextension, including campaigns in Poland, the Soviet Union, and North Africa, exhausted resources, leading to Germany's defeat in 1945. The absence of a leadership succession mechanism, tied to the Führerprinzip's reliance on Hitler, further ensured collapse, as no institutional framework existed to sustain the regime beyond his leadership. Nationalist movements indicate persistent undercurrents that could gain traction in crises. In America, a refined model blending dirigisme with nationalist appeals could unify Americans of European descent, leveraging cultural narratives like the Founding Fathers. Unlike communism, which conflicts with capitalist norms, National Socialism's nationalist focus aligns with economic structures, enhancing its adaptability. Historical failures stemmed from strategic miscalculations, overambitious expansion and exclusionary ethnic policies, rather than inherent flaws in its core principles. Comparative systems, such as Franco's Spain, which planned leadership succession, highlight National Socialism's structural weaknesses. Yet, its ability to mobilize resources, unify society, and restore national strength surpassed Weimar's fragmentation and rivaled contemporary models. A modern adaptation, emphasizing ethnic inclusivity over exclusion, could address economic and social crises effectively. By retaining ultranationalism's unifying power, dirigisme's economic efficiency, and authoritarian governance's decisiveness, while avoiding divisive policies, National Socialism offers a potent framework. Its historical achievements, economic revitalization, cultural cohesion, and political consolidation demonstrate a governance model capable of transforming nations. When adjusted to incorporate broader ethnic unity and strategic restraint, National Socialism's principles remain a viable blueprint for national revival in contemporary contexts facing similar challenges.